Reagan Reward candidly reveals her thoughts about Missy's young Sheldon ending fate, and fans of the show are sure to find it understandable. Missy was barely in The Big Bang Theory, but despite her limited appearance, she made an impression as Sheldon's sister. Unlike the boy genius, she was witty and sensible, not to mention sarcastic. Unfortunately, the family dramedy continued to underutilize her, essentially relegating her to be a supporting character while the rest of the Coopers got their respective storylines, which was further reflected in the young Sheldon finale and the way it left Missy's fate. In an interview with TV Line, Rivers shares the viewer's frustrations over how Missy's fate was handled in the young Sheldon finale, although she's hopeful that her character finds some peace and happiness. For context, Mary and her daughter's respective storylines didn't have a definitive ending, since the final half of the double-header series capper was devoted to Sheldon's story. Read Rivers' full quote below. How young Sheldon could have easily fixed Missy's arc. Adult Sheldon could have made Missy's young Sheldon ending fate better. Reward is referring to Missy being the least successful Cooper sibling in terms of what was revealed in The Big Bang Theory. While Georgie became a rich entrepreneur and Sheldon won the Nobel Prize in Physics, their sister was left unfulfilled both in her personal and professional life. During her last appearance in the nerd-centric sitcom For Sheldon and Amy's Wedding, Missy was pregnant with her second child and was in the middle of separation from her first husband. Subsequently, adult Sheldon's young Sheldon narration offered a happy update about her family life, but it was never expounded on. However, it could have fixed Missy's desolate future by including a reference to how her life turned out since the end of The Big Bang Theory with very little screen time. One of the biggest issues of the relatively well-loved young Sheldon finale was that its final half felt too rushed. After George's death and subsequent funeral, the dramedy didn't have enough time to deal with all the lingering storylines. However, it could have fixed Missy's desolate future by including a reference to how her life turned out since the end of The Big Bang Theory with very little screen time. Adult Sheldon and the young Sheldon ending flash-forward could have easily said something about her sister thriving in her adulthood, despite a difficult childhood and challenging years after. There's still a chance to make up for Missy's disappointing young Sheldon final fate. Thanks to Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, Reward can return as the character. Ideally, she would be a series regular in the upcoming CBS sitcom. But that isn't the case, as the actor previously revealed that she wasn't invited to be a core cast member. The creatives behind the upcoming comedy have said that they are open to her appearance. At the very least, however, a clear path to returning is something to be hopeful about with regard to the fan-favorite Cooper family member. Missy's immediate post-young Sheldon fate is rocky. Georgie revealed information about Missy's life after George's death in The Big Bang Theory. Young Sheldon may have left Missy's fate hanging, but her life is about to get worse on the heels of George's death. As revealed by adult Georgie when he debuted in The Big Bang Theory Season 11, he had to take over the family after they lost their father because Mary was too grief-stricken to function, while Missy returned to her rebellious ways to cope with the tragedy. Considering Missy's special relationship with her father, it makes sense that his demise would hit her the hardest. All of these were happening in Texas, while Sheldon was oblivious in California. All the Cooper family members struggled in the aftermath of George's off-screen death in the young Sheldon finale. But Missy chose to lash out at every turn. Losing her dad would have likely contributed to her failure to reach her full potential, resulting in a less fulfilled adult life. Why Missy's arc needs to continue after young Sheldon. The universe is missing a big opportunity by ignoring Missy. Before the confirmation that Georgie and Mandy's first marriage was happening, there were already theories that a young Sheldon sequel was in the works, and one of the biggest fan-favorite premises for the offshoot was a team-up between Missy and her brother. This would allow the popular family show to continue beyond George's death and Sheldon's departure from Texas. It would still have room for Mandy and baby Cease, but the show would also devote ample time to Missy.